Oh, hello, Mr. Potato 28. Welcome. I'm doing good. All right, so let's get back to work. Back to twerk. Send some messages really quick. Oh, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted, ready to sleep. Just suddenly became a rather stressful day. Okay, so we're working on some hair. We're working on right now. And get this character made. So. This is the mid layer. Then you want the bottom like hair back mid, and then the top layer. So, hair back top. What kind of stupid? No. What? Let's start these curves here. Subdivide. A little bit bigger. Say right around there. Oh, look at that. These ones are going to be interesting because they will eventually be a part of the top wave of curls and stuff. Looking at a microcontroller pinout sheet, for some reason I could not read which one is which. Which pin? Like a breadboard, or what are they called? Microcontrollers. Hello, Zoom. Welcome. How's your day going? Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good day. New VRCHAT? Yes, we're starting on this guy. Name is Ren. We already got most of his body started. Now we're just continuing work on his hair at the moment. We always reach this point where it's hard to get the proportions right until you get the hair in. So get that going. Layering it in. It is a fun design. I believe Ren streams very regularly as well. I believe they make live 2D VTubers, so they're kind of like to do what I do, but on the 2D side of things. Breadboard is a board where you put parts together, so you have to solder them together. Gotcha, gotcha. And did you solder the wrong one? That'd be tough. Certainly not a skill that I feel You do very well. And we'll do, actually, we'll separate this one. This will be, so. I love breadboard. It's great for a little experimenting. Sourdough. Did I just copy a handle only? What's going on here? Should be able to see this. Copy the whole chunk and separate it. Sides. He's both a macho and a wimp at the same time. Got a bunch of them, most because I tend to use them as a permanent solution for my smaller project. What kind of projects are you making with breadboards? We're just missing. This larger strand right here. And I think we're pretty much good to go. Or good to start baking the curves. I got some Arduino kits to make small robots. We're fine, nice. And I've made a little water sprayer with image recognition for my room to keep the cat off. Amazing. Cat assassin. Best keep not on my LiDAR dish. Delicious LiDAR. Those. Need to straighten them out a little. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's turn them back on. And try to get them a little lined up as best we can. We can't really apply any of the curves just yet. A little too soon. Otherwise they get hard to work with, but a good impression of how the hair is going. Looks like it should be a little more voluminous. So perhaps we take the profile and scale that up. That. Okay, pretty good. A little bit more to the sides and up top. It's a little bit bigger than the reference image, but I think that's okay because Going for the impression. Right about there. All right. This one seems a little too strong. Do 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 do. All right. Good stuff. And what we'll also do is make the eyelashes. So there's the hair. We'll make another folder for eyelashes / brows. These ones we'll just make with a mesh. Oh, I should turn on some music. I always forget to do that. Always forget. Get some music going. So I do tend to miss notifications when that was the wrong. Over. And I just want to match the shape as exactly as possible. Break it down. And we'll do a subdivision. Yes. Reset. Also, please feel free, if you're ever tired of the music, just let me know and I can swap it to something else. Actually, let's fuse these. All right. Pretty good. we'll throw a shrink wrap on there. Shrink wrap it. Then also, not a limit, but a offset. And lastly, a mirror. These ones jutting out so much further. Let's turn off the offset as well. Just lessen it. Good. Looks good. And we'll do another mesh. This one we're going to merge at center. Set this to face project. And go up here. Somewhere. And reviewing the eyes, there's a little eyelash here. It's mostly the top lid and the side. Hello, Jose QD. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. Yes, a client commission that we're working on. Just started him this morning. And extrude that like Japan. Something to that effect. Looks pretty good. We got this one little pointy, nice angle on the sides. This, the pointy. Do I make that as part of the main mesh, or do I do a separate object? Nice. Looks pretty good. I'll shoot out. And this way we kind of pull out the eyelash, give it a little angle. And lastly, my favorite, a mirror modifier. Okay, that already helps a lot, getting the character to look correct. Also a lot of little piercings and stuff, but I'll save those for another time. Also do and a middle lash. All right, good stuff. The horns feel a little bit smaller now that we've got started getting the hair in there. I mean, they're pretty much about the same size as the whole face. So I'm going to take these. A little bit lower. And we'll kind of get a little rotation going to ease it out. Back to another here. Yeah. Actually, maybe a bevel? Yeah, let's take the spacing here is really odd. Switch it to a %. Bottom one. Okay, that's a lot closer already. The little bite mark here on the lip, I have to wait till pretty much the very end, or at least the very end of modeling to get that. And now we're going to take this forward. Sharp mouth. Hit the mouth. Oh. Nice. What next? The hair definitely needs to be finished. And I messed up the tips of all these. We also have a little curve on the front. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, and then the hooves. Hoof fur. And we also need to update the hooves too. Sharper. If you come to a point, a very sharp, crisp point at the bottom and in the middle, so I think this is pretty good, but we will need to squish them in. And I think the middle point, we do want them to kind of intersect so that looking through, we don't see through the hoof. All right. That's probably enough right here. And we'll slap on a bevel just after the subdivision. Hit it with the bevel weight. This. Then, wait. Let's get that edge nice. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Move the hoof forward. Good. And it looks like it goes up further. More like that. Awesome. It's a little large. It's hard to tell because they look proportionally, they're pretty big in the drawing. Just hard to gauge, I suppose. Okay. Let's save. We'll do a save copy. And we'll call this free hair mesh. And then we're just going to combine all our different pieces of hair. Yeah, just combine them. Get rid of the mirror mod. Isolate them. Let's take a look at the wireframe. Right now we're at how many? So this alone is altogether, if we mirror it again, 12,000 triangles. That's too much. At least half it. So now 6,000 total. That's better. And for some of the pieces that just require more resolution, like this spot here, I'm just gonna throw it and subdivide it. So make sure we get that smooth curve here. Everything else is a little bit more efficient. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now we will mesh it and actually begin to shape it. So a lot of what we can do is just relax and space these edges. It's kind of a fun process. Makes it a lot easier to work with. If you do not have the edge loops tool, you should get it. It's one of the best Blender tools out there. It's really good. Probably one of the strongest contenders for good add-ons. Add that mirror mod back. Turn off merge. This little inner section where we can see the smaller chunks, we can just manually model that. Not entirely sure how I will, but that'll be the better way to do it. Hate this. What is it? sound like SpongeBob. All right, do this one again. Bridge edge loop, or slick boundary loop. Perfect. Do sharp. Slight curl. Then we'll expand this outward here and here. A little bit lower. Good. Then we can wire this back. Interesting, because all of these ones are behind the ear. Really just this one curl that we can see in front of the ear. So do I push all of them back? This. Slight boundary loop. Move up these front curls. Curls probably isn't the right word, but strands. Perhaps the ear is too far back. Feels right to me. I think we may have to bring one of these strings forward, even if it's not quite what we see. Not that one. These two I'm going to take and separate. They're kind of these little, they're just these little tufts here. Not really part of the main body. Also, grab the whole strand, do little edge loops, relax, and space. Spacing is super even. Move these forward. All right. Separate. And we will separate these too. Hello, bro. Welcome. Welcome back. We're working on step. Making some hair. I'm doing well. Doing well. A little sleepy. Not gonna lie. But overall, doing pretty good. I spent much of the weekend just running around, doing chores. I even helped dig a trench for like electrical wiring in someone's yard. That was pretty exhausting. I'm still recovering from that a little bit. I don't think I made these smaller curls here. Just these larger ones. I need to make these a little smaller. That's the case. Let's move these back a little bit more. Room for those. How about yourself, though? What are you up to? Oh! Put back on connected. Broke really quick. These ones are going to be a little trickier because I do need to actually create more geometry. Maybe these ones. Alright, that looks good. So let's select all of these. We'll do edge loops. And we're going to bevel them to like 33 or less. Maybe one more segment. Right on there. Okay. Then go the other way. Edge loops. Relax and space. Excuse me. All right, looking better. Looking better. Ooh. So the space here between this string, I guess I could just move this one back. Nice to start with. And we just need like one. It's kind of a tough spot because it needs to start here, go around the horn, and then be in front of the cheek. Yeah. Still streaming. I just woke up. Hello, Fox. Welcome. Hello, hello. Well, good morning. How's your day going? I suppose just starting, so maybe preemptive task. Starting off with a tasty chocolate mango smoothie. So far, so good. And your day? Right now, I'm just a little sleepy. Sleepy. Eepy and sleepy. I've just, I pushed it really hard yesterday. Kind of catching up. Catching up with myself. But we started a new avatar. So this is Ren. Or sorry, it's a Renoir. He's the new avatar we're going to be working on. Right now, we're just kind of blocking things out. Probably still more than a week till we'll be done, but we're making pretty good progress for today. I did. I do have some base templates that I work from that I made for myself, but yes. This looks like a fun channel. All sub. Thank you for the sub, Popstar Pup. Hello, welcome. And good afternoon to you, Ray. Welcome, one and all. So kind of a work channel. We're usually working on something. But we make VRCHAT avatars. So if that interests you, Pup, then you're definitely in the right spot. Looking awesome so far. Thank you, Fox. Thank you. Excuse me. Definitely a question of how are we going to make eyelashes. Just got ZBrush, trying to figure out how to install it. And a long time since I tried ZBrush. Sorry. Got Alma uploaded. It works great. Hey, I'm happy to hear that, Ray. Thank you. I'm glad she's working well for you. right about there. And then another one. About there. These are pretty small piercings. Just a tad bigger. And then there's actually more piercings on the chin. And D. There. They're all the same size. But this one has a mirror mod. Pretty good. Need to make the chin taper more. This should come down more like this. Sharper. And the nose should also be lower. 1, 2, 3.5. 2. Yeah, right here. So let's go ahead and adjust those. I think I will mask the nose. And then invert that mask. So we can adjust this without moving anything else. Yeah, we're doing right now I'm using a multi-res modifier, and so it's kind of like a combination of a low poly workflow and a high res one at the same time. So it like kind of keeps layers of sculpting, so you can see them right here. So if I turn this off, this is the low poly one. That's like the base, and then we're layering sculpt on top of it. So we get this one. But it lets you kind of move things around. In fact, if I apply the base, and when I go back to the other one, much closer to what we just had. So you got to kind of do the best of both worlds. It's a little odd though, and there's some definitely some difficulties with it. If you like mess up your topology and then you have to redo it in a goofy way. So pros and cons to everything, I suppose. I'm gonna hit this with the fill. That's right. I'll check out multi-resonance in Blender. Definitely do. It's fun. Weird, but fun. Get this chin sorted out. The chin will probably have to redo. Yes, apology-wise. Let's go to a matte cap view. And make it a little sharper. Oh, looking much closer. The eyes might be a little small. I want to increase the size of the eyeballs. But I think the nose and mouth are proportional. The chin may be a little bit bigger. And the jaw further up. Further up. Chin. Pull down and to the side. Much closer. Okay. And yeah, the eyeballs should be much bigger. Then we'll go ahead and just copy this color for right now. Yeah, eyebrows should be bigger too. So yeah, I think we'll just take the whole face and we'll mask. We're gonna do a box mask. We're gonna mask this section, including the ear and the top. This is good. Invert the mask. Smooth the mask. Soothe it. Soothe the mask. And then, you know what? One more part. Smooth it. I just don't want to move the inner eye or the. It should just be kind of the edge of this edge over here. Okay. So sculpt mask is only in multi-res. Correct. Though you can always sculpt the low poly meshes. There's nothing nothing preventing you from sculpting them. Not always the most common way to work with low poly stuff. Like if you have just like a normal low poly mesh or mid poly. Get the hair hidden. It is nice, yeah. Proportional editing is usually mostly what I'm using, like 90% of the time. A little more Giga Chad right now. I'll have to move the rest of the head to compensate. Oops. Guess it depends on the task. Yeah, definitely. Different tools for different moments. And now we're going to select the eyeballs. They can manual selection time. Here to here. We're just gonna push them back. Definitely got some weird Giga Chad vibe going on, so we'll do our best to get rid of that. And some Squidward vibes. It's the cheekbone right here. We need to bring that back. Good stuff. And let's bring back the hair and eyelashes. Okay, looking much better. Just gonna make these bigger. Hello, Kai. Was on vacation. Where'd you go? I'm glad to hear you had a vacation. VRCHAT always has a cleft chin. Yours does not, so you're fine. It's not VRCHAT. Gotta get that swoop. Just found an area. Okay, heck yeah. Oops. Went down to Drumhelmer to look at dino bones. Oh, that's awesome. Dino bones. Fucking love dinosaurs. What got me into drawing or art? Dinosaurs. I would trace images of dinosaurs out of books. A fellow Canadian. Spider-Man meme. I live in Australia, but I'm from near Drumheller. Oh, you're wow, kind of opposite side of the globe there, transition-wise. Up north, one hemisphere, and then down south on the other. Literal polar opposite, yeah, basically. And then we need to move the eye up a little bit more, make it just a bit bigger. The tricky part about the eyelashes is like, I start sculpting stuff to fit it. I might not know what's going on underneath, so be a little careful. Well, I'm glad you had a vacation, Kai. Lydia and Brandon Brooks, Drumheller was on the way. Canada's Badlands. Australia hot, Canada cold. I'm the Avatar, master of all 4 elements. Or at least just 2, hot and cold. Greater top level. Almost there. Any oceanside would be wind. You would be surprised how Australia gets insanely cold. I think I shiver here more often than I ever did in Canada. Raffle. 16C in AU feels like 3C in Canada. It's wild. Wind chill factor. Oh, the Nightbot just posted. For anyone that's interested, I am doing an intro to VRCHAT avatar creation. So I'm going to be hosting a class that you guys can sign up for, and there's the sign up form on the Twitch chat right now. If anyone's interested, definitely let me know. It is a paid class, but goes over how to make avatars and stuff. Master class. It's the intro class, so it won't be like the full thing. It'll still be some. It's not enough time to go over everything in 3 weeks, but it will be like a good intro primer on how I make my avatars. I want to be a master, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm hoping to add more classes as time goes on. Like, after the intro, there'd be like an intermediate and then a master level after that, or who knows? I mean, there could be a lot of different directions. Some people might want to learn substance, others might not. Anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. A little bit of space off of the face. I feel like this curl here quite reflective. Nice. And a large curl. Let's come to a point. Only be able to do classes Mondays, sadly, back to work for me. Fair. Yeah, right now the schedule is Wednesday in the evenings for me. Dirt cheap. When is a good time to book flights to? Interesting. I feel like these lips are very close. They just look a little bit more severe than a drawing. And with a little bit of inflate. Smooth first, then inflate. Nice and smooth. Perfect. Team Avi or VRCHAT. This would be for VRCHAT. Looks VTuber-ish. This is actually designed by VTuber. So Ren is a live 2D VTuber creator. They're looking for a VRCHAT version of this VTuber they made for themselves. Or himself. Oops, well, I don't know why it zoomed on his craft, but fun. It is fun. I like the design. He has quite a few really good designs. He's got like an angel one. He's got I can't remember the other one, but yeah, he's got a few other different designs. Wish I could draw them out. Draw right now, right now. I demanded it. Figures for me. I've been amazed by this guy. You'll probably know him, but he did the it's like stick figure madness or something. But there's like a character named Hank. Anyway, that guy got so many people to start drawing. Nuts. Madness, Combat Madness Returns or something like that. Wish I could do the classes. I'm tied up between 6:30 and 7 every night. Hopefully we'll be doing more classes. If it grows, then there should be a lot more different time frames and things like that. But I'm thinking I could even start doing classes for like teaching people how to make like Roblox avatars and stuff. So it should give me a lot of opportunity to kind of grow that into different areas. Potentially. Roblox. Gotta go where the money is. Those are some text. I think the overhang's a little too much there. Smooth that down. Maybe increase the rib cage size here. Money here in hand. In my hand. In your little Roblox square hand. I'm picturing the shop and take my money meme. But I do think that teaching could become a pretty big part of, at least like one big aspect of what I do. Used to have an emote for money meme. That's just a Pride paint bucket. Also gay month. This month is so gay. I suppose it's a very fitting character to be working on, Pride. More muscular. A lot of people take it a bit too seriously. It's just the same old month. I think, there's also the like the news is like, oh, it's Pride Month, this and that. And there's like the hate and love, combating hate and love for it from news cycles. But at the same time, it's just like people just love an excuse to celebrate things. Like it may not be something you want to celebrate, but or like just in the general you. But I think anyone's gonna find an excuse to come up with a holiday. I mean, just look at the U.S. calendar. It's like, how many holidays are there? 300. Nude exposure minors event. Well, here anyways. Well, just put up blinder barricades. censorship, our IRL pixel filters. And I really, I got such a bad blister on my hand. It's a cute acid idea, a sensor bar. That's pretty straightforward too. A pixel filter might be a little bit more work, but the black sensor bar would, that super straightforward. Finally installed it. Well, heck yeah. VRCHAT or ZBrush? Sorry to yawn. Excuse me. ZBrush, nice. Hello, has John R. Buckle model has SPS sensor bar. Uh-oh. You leave Garfield alone. Excuse me. You make sexy Garfield models? Is that based off? I know the artist who started that all. Good old Dave Raposa. That's a thing? Yes, it is. Like a meme thing. I wouldn't say like a thing like people are really into it. I'm sure there's at least one human being online that's really into it, but generally it's more of a joke. Carl Weezer's sexy legs model. That's hilarious. My favorite meme avatar is sexy Patrick Starlow. What was that one where did he like there's like this moment in Jimmy Neutron where he like captures one of the parents or something? I can't remember what it was. It's very sus. But also hilarious. If I combine these, how can I turn this into a quad? Coral has a crush on Jimmy's mom. Who's Coral? Oh, Carl. Yeah. Sorry, I read that too literally. I know who you're talking about. Who you're talking about. So what's Jimmy's mom? Or he's got her like in a jar or something, and you're like, well, someone call the police. Yeah, I remember I was at a rave in VRCHAT, and people busted out the like sweaty VRCHAT user avatar. My neck. This is a quad right here. Wait, no. Right now it's not a quad still. I have to cut like this. And put that here. And now it's a quad. Or I could cut here. Either way, that makes a triangle. Does it matter? Probably not. You know what? We're going to bevel this segment here. And we still get this ridge here. Going to teach a class? Yes, I am. Hello, welcome. I'll be teaching what I'm doing here, making an avatar. Hello, welcome. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. For now, we're working on this muscly dude. We're gonna be probably be starting. My brother, it's my dad. Actually. Hello, Dad. Welcome, welcome. Look at my hand. I messed up. I was helping Joe dig a trench in his yard, and I got. Hello, Dad. Oops. You guys ready to see something gross? Look at this blister on my hand. Obi-Wan. Yeah, check that out. It's from using a shovel to dig for quite a while. It got like 2 to 3 layers of skin there. It's pretty close to just gooning. Oh, gross. Should bandage that. No, it's already doing better. It's already doing better. Besides, scars are cool. Blister on my hand as well. They happen quick. Gloves, maybe? You know, I was using the gloves for a while, and I was using them while I got it, but I think they were just a little too loose. Just slightly too big for my hands. So it didn't really... It helped. I mean, it was better than without it. Mostly just excited to show you guys for the shock factor. Yeah, I do like this stream because my family can come by. For better or worse, sometimes I'm saying weird stuff, but that's okay. Not any different than a day-to-day life. There we go, tail in place. All right, going pretty well. Let's drop this tail. Guess we'll put it in the body collection right away. And let's make a backup copy, because we've done enough work that I don't want to lose anything. Call this just sculpting still. Looking forward to making this little like snaggletooth, whatever that is. Be charming. And there we go. Oops. Pinch this too. So that looks really good. Very sharp. Bueno. Bueno. And then we'll do a little cleft right there. Not much. A little one. Good. Let's compare. I think the hair. Let's compare. I think the hair needs to be a little bit more rounded. We have this kind of more of an M shape. Smooth oval. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty darn close now. Look at that. Nice. The neck could be a little thicker, and the traps lower. Yeah. Quite a bit lower, actually. So we'll kind of pull apart the clavicle. I'm gonna hide the face. Oh, I'm in the wrong. It's like the wrong thing. Hide the face. Oh. Path hair is easier to shape. I did have them as curves at first, but I don't like working with the tilt. Loud booming, must be a storm, might lose power. It's pretty windy here right now as well. Hopefully I don't lose power though. Be a bummer. Oops. But yeah, I just find I like to use the curve to make a flat version, and then I kind of move it and pull it around. But if you if you have not used the loop tools, they make working with curves super easy. So it's a default add-on. You just have to enable it, but makes it really, really simple to smooth curves in mesh edit mode. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. He's coming out well. We're matching the reference image pretty close right now. That's good. It's real good. Oh, my ears. Right, let's make the neck lower. And I want to also make another face set selection for the neck, so I can hide the face, mouth, but not. And then we can just kind of squish this down. A little bit higher. A little bit higher and a little bit wider too. And let's pull the clavicles apart again. There should be more space between. Right about. Let's say there. Okay. Looks like spaghetti and meatballs with teeth, haha. Yeah, I always like to start with a very simple shape for the teeth, but it gives them a, Wallace and Gromit vibe. Loading face. And what? There to be space between the neck tendons. Should be a little bit closer here. And then this should be pulled over. And then cut. And we'll make this little cartoonish. Because it is cartoon-ish. Just make it this nice space, but it's gonna be tough because I can't have them actually touch. Which look like they're pretty much as close as possible. Bit of a challenge there. Alright, perfect. That sound you made was totally the vibe, Ruffle. Good. And let's click the body, face. And let's look at the lower poly version. Wow. That looks odd. Try that one more time. Apply base. Huh, why is it so different? Interesting. I don't think it's the base is applying. That's okay. I can I still have to reapply the vertex groups, so I can just apply this and do it. Bring it back. Bring back the what I did. And let's move the face a little bit. Pull the ear forward. Jaw a little sharper. Okay. Good progress. I'm probably going to switch gears now. We're going to work on some stuff for my class. Or no, we're actually going to switch gears and work on. It's very different from this. Hair grooms. Is this avatar sculpted or poly model? So I started with a very simple low poly base, and then I'm using the multi-res to sculpt that up, which allows me to keep a nice topology because this character is already UV unwrapped. I go here, it's already UV unwrapped, and I do have a rigged version. I mean, all his seams are done, so in some ways, he's pretty much done, or I've already finished a big chunk of the work for him. So there's going to be some cleanup required. For sure. There always is. There always is. All right. Good stuff. Okay, we are going to stop working on him for right now. Put him right here. Let's say EOD, end of day. Okay, and let's take a few screenshots to send to the client. Still need to add a bit more detail to the back. Overall looking good though. All right. We just saved this, right? Good. Okay, we're gonna call it here for this guy. And I want to go to my VRCHAT. So what I've been working on, and this is a product that I will be releasing soon. For anyone that does a lot of Blender, this might be exciting, because I think it's an exciting feature. But I've created a system. If anyone's tried to style hair in Blender, you know that it's a huge pain. You have to use this thing called a hair groom system. So what I did is I made a GeoNode system to make hair grooms from meshes instead. I'm going to be selling that soon. Because, I mean, it doesn't really look like anything. You can put it on simulations and it works and quite good. I've just been having a lot of fun getting it to work. Well, I say fun, but I'm really, honestly, it was so much work to do. It's so much work. Go get the. Imagine having a PC good enough to handle Blender simulations. Soft body simulations are not too bad. They're very low res compared to liquid or fire and stuff. Get my renders. Node tree. Flaccid body renders. Flop like a fish. I like using Substance. Well, good. Tried doing class sim in Blender and it froze every time. Haha, my PC can handle Marvelous at least. I'm impressed by that. Though Marvelous seems to have a very fast simulation system. I don't know what they're doing. It seems horrible. But here it is. We got our. We're just going to be cleaning it up right now. It's I wanted to keep a decent amount of the work off, but it works with all these other assets that Blender comes with, like the hair groom assets here. So you can just add like a duplicate hair. I think that should have worked. Duplicate hair. Here. Oh, it's didn't have selection on. There we go. And then you can frizz it too. Frizz the hair. And the nice part is, underneath it, like, it's not simulating all of this. It's just simulating these chunks here. Didn't know Blender had any of those things. Haha. It's more for like VFX, less for game animations. Like you can't import hair curves like this into Blender. You'd have to bake them, or do some baking process or some way to save that data. Um, or if you were creating hair cards for your avatar. But I think it'll be a lot easier to combine those things with a system like this. And which is the whole reason I made it, because I wanted to have really nice hair for my VRCHAT avatars. But the hair groom system is such a pain to work with that it's time. I'm gonna make a different one. I'm tired of using this, but it works well. You can flop things around. So we're gonna be making some changes to this. Let's go here. And even cooler too is like with my system, you can add vertex colors to the hair, and the hair cards will pick it up. So you can, with hair gods like Nessie making hair, I didn't bother, haha. Mine would look like spaghetti in comparison, Raffle. I definitely want to figure out what works for me when making these things. It's right here. Material assignment over here. Just gotta clean all this up now. I would like to learn how to use Marvelous. I have yet to use it. I really that's probably going to be my next big learning project. Will be Marvelous Designer, because yeah, I want to make hair that looks that real, or sorry, clothing. But it seems pretty much like you'd have to use Marvelous for it. But thank you, Fox. I appreciate that. I'll be selling it, so if anyone's interested in purchasing it, I think this will probably make more sense for, you know, the Blender VFX crowd. Until I figure out a good way to bake these hair cards. Then people in VRCHAT will probably be a little bit more interested. It'll make that process pretty easy. Making sure these are all hooked up. But we're gonna do some example faces or examples of this, because go ahead and make a backup right now. With 2 and 3. I think we'll just make a so let's make some random faces. Yeah, I guess so. I'll just make a little blob. Let's do some sculpting with voxel sculpting. And we'll call this hair. Let's see. Hide that. And we'll make a new folder for the examples. All right. So my first one I want to make, am I American or Canadian? I am definitely American. I grew up in California, born in Washington State, and I currently live in Texas, which I think sounds like a very American moving around. West Coast. Yeah, I was you're familiar with Ventura? That's where I lived most of my life, Ventura area, or Ojai, specific town. Oops. Downgradable. I like the Austin area. Oops. this on the wrong side. No, I just did it without. Perfect. Okay. And we're just gonna make a really funny face. This should just be quick and easy. This is gonna be an example hair. Or just an example face. I say so as if I've been to America. Well, or am I redoing? No, this is we're switching projects here. We're gonna be working on a little example here, just like kind of a goofy face to use for like showing off my characters. So, be like a little squinty cowboy guy. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be picking back up on our VTuber guy. This looks terrible. Maybe I should use a better. I don't know. I don't really. This is just for fun. It might be more professional looking if I just use like a random sphere though. And it'd go faster. So we're just gonna make a sphere. Shade it smooth. Shrink it. And then call this mustache. I'll draw the sphere in here. And we'll make him a cowboy. Here's my Texan pride, making a cowboy. And we'll parent this to the head. Move together. And then we'll make the mustache. So, make a plane, rotate it, make it forward. And what we would need to do is this. Okay. And we'll select this one. Make a group, call it a root, and assign it. And we're take this one, make a new group, call it tip, and assign it. And we'll slap a mirror mod on there. Add our nodes. Modifier. Oh, right. I have to make a curve in here. Mustache. And mustache curves. And then on this one, that's where we add the thing. My geometry node. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm gonna hide the geometry. And why isn't this strand? Because we do need a strand vertex group, don't we? And make it 1. Back to the curve. Perfect. Sort of. Oh, I never finished my experiment. That's right. I had to figure out. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Back into hair. Testing. Hair geometry. Delete it all. Not delete everything. Delete almost everything. Need is this edge. Okay. And then in our I'm off to bed. Have a great day, Sam. Same to you, Zoom. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you're having a good one. And see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Wow. Week's gone by so quick already. Can it slow down a little? Select everything. 1. Go to our modifier. This is what I left off on, and what was challenging me. Trying to figure out how to get this to work properly. Basically, when we're interpolating our curves, here, we need to be able to map the range differently. We can push this out. It should be somewhere like this. If I took this one, socket slightly higher, still wouldn't map exactly correct. Only doing this one, we've got the map range. This is the root group. No, it's the vertex amount. This one, strand amount. This one, this value, strand amount, we save. I don't know if I can access it here yet. Let's see, if I just take that value, attribute, strand amount. Okay, that's already better. Then we it does can't be that. Actually, is this just what it would be without this? Yes. This isn't doing anything. Because I'm multiplying it basically by itself. Oh, useless. Where's my sketchbook? So yeah. But if I take it's got to be the iteration number here, which iteration we're on. Which we already have getting calculated in. I'm gonna head out, have an awesome day, and remember. Thank you, Fox. Enjoy your day. Thank you for hanging out. And yeah, we'll probably be ending the stream somewhat soon. So we're getting into the technical weeds here. A little less engaging than sculpting. But we're so close to finishing my hair system here. So close. But enjoy your day, Fox. Thank you for hanging out. I'm still here. Thank you, Pop. Thank you for chilling. There's a few other people lurking out there. I hope you're all doing well. Gotta do adult stuff now, haha. I hope you mean a job. Later, Fox. What is this doing? Okay, I'm just having it's important. Alright, so on each iteration, we know which value it is. And we assign a value to each strand, saying you are but the problem is I don't know. No, but I do, because I have the strand amount and the strand influence. These are two values. The influence determines how many strands there are. And we also need it to determine how it should scale the sections that have less strands. Because this is the total strand amount right here, left. And then in the middle is one with less strands, and then even fewer. So it says gradient from 1 to 0, and it's influence. So obviously we can get that to work. But we did set it up back here. We went, okay, got the strand amount. Oh, so probably need to do it right here, because we have the total iterations right here. So we're just gonna do all of our additional calculations on this side of the loop. We should then also be able to scale elements that are left. And it would be the total amount of iterations, the integer here, probably divided by the strand amount. This, and it needs to be the same selection as this one, converted. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. There's more geometry there than I thought. No, that's all that there. Face, or scaling the faces. Ah, there are faces here. There should not be faces here. So let me just hide the original geometry. Bring this over. These other curves coming from. If I get rid of it, they're right there. So obviously that means that I'm scaling up these. Then we see them. I only have this one modifier on there. Okay, so we're scaling. Gotcha. Just scaling the edges that we brought in. Which means we could also delete the columns in here. No, because they're all columns. We could delete. We could save which iteration it was on. That's what we need to do. We need to say, hey, strand iteration. We need to say that. It should be an integer based on points. But basically, saved how many there are, which is a value that's part of this. It's a better way to lay this out. It's very confusing. Okay. Delete everything that's not a column. I think we'd also like to delete everything on iteration 1. So when we say equal, we'd also like a Boolean math. It says, or Cool. A strand iteration. That's spelled. Now, when we do that scaling again, we should see anything. We don't see anything. Okay, good. Now, getting rid of some of the extra garbage that's floating around in this. All right, that's good. But as we turn up the scale or the strand amount, which, funnily enough, is adjusting the position based on the scale here. Ugh, I just don't know enough math. What happens if I dissolve, get rid of this comparison? Get that last one back. This value right here is what this actually is iteration divided by total. This is a ratio. Iteration divided by the total. Which is why this works here. We can see that it's scaling them and placing them in between, at least for our main one, not for this one. And that's the main issue, is knowing which chunk of mesh, which island, needs to be scaled differently. That's the issue. Okay, so that's really where it is. Mesh island is needed. We need to know the mesh island's vertex group value. How many it needs. So between here, we need that named attribute, which is the strand amount. This one. No. I don't even think we need this. Definitely don't need strand iteration. But when we bring in vertex group, what's its name? Strand vertex group. So this is what. Oop. Named attribute strand vertex group. Okay. And it needs to do something like multiply. So, probably some sort of math between these two needs to happen. And I'm gonna say multiply it first. Divide. I believe that changed the amount there. I'm just going to divide by 1 as a default. Compare. And height, that's right. All right. Was it Blender, GeoNode, Hive?
Probably know that you can hide unused sockets of any selected node by pressing Ctrl+H, but you can also hide the other node options. You can right click and assign shortcut. I use
Should be mute. Who would have guessed? So that just inverts it, which makes total sense. And I'm just dividing. Man, if I could program this, it'd be so much simpler. But like having to think about it visually, it's really awkward. Just clicking stuff. That worked. Ish. Geometry node wrap. Just want the node, I don't want tutorial. Something else. Math. Okay. The inputs on this node are dynamic. Outputs a value between min and max based on the absolute difference between input value and the nearest integer multiple of max, less than the value. Wow, okay. I need a visual explanation for that. Blender, crap.
This is will return 5, but 5 will also return 5. Exponent elevates the constant e, also called Euler. and then add.
Hello, Hanma. Welcome.
So 4 times 2 is 8 equals, and the answer is 3. Square root calculates the number which multiplied by 2 and 1 divided.
What's up, my sexy boy? What's up, Hanma? I'm not much is going on. We worked on an avatar today. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to make a hair strand Steph. But I'll show you the character we made. Buff boy. Hello, hello. So, this is Ren. If you've ever seen them on Twitter. Seen him on Twitter. So say them. I'm talking about people on Twitter, but the anime cockroach. Yeah, piece them together. Gonna be probably getting to painting him by mistake. Be good. Moving quick. Moving quick. What have you been up to? How's your particle stuff going? Working great. I'm making Elden Ring type avatars, making sword dynamics and punching, etc. Oh, that's super cool. Some actual combat going on in VRCHAT. I like that. You're on an 8x8 plane. It allows you to shift 0 without an extra node. Auto turns negative. That's modulo. It's kind of cool. When I slash, it does a lightning static. That does sound cool. I made a avatar inspired by Blade at one point. He's a big bear guy. I feel like I should just start with some. Drag this back out again. Just put it into scale. Set it to wrap. Okay, 0.5, 0.5. So min, let's say max 1, min 0. Just the value. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so this is what I want. In a sense. I want to add it to the scale. I love Blade. He's awesome. It's very cool. I'm assuming it's pretty much the same. Flipping them. It's the direction they go. Okay, so for that wrap node, value is this value here, where we're going to scale it with. So that's the value. I need to think about this a little bit more, probably outside of this context, because it's hard to visualize this. So let's make a new object. Just call it anything. And so let's first just get rid of this. Make a point. And we'll say set position. And the position so this one point, I want the position to be say just moving it on the x-axis, so line x, y, z 0, 0. We're going to move it on the x. There's our position. Okay. So value is 0.5. And this clamps it. So it can only ever be 0.5 and 0.5. That's the max and the min. It's okay, PewDiePie, I believe in you. Thank you. This is definitely probably the most complicated thing I've ever made. These geometry nodes are explode my brain. But if I had a grid, if I wanted, let's think about it. I'm in here, I have a grid between 0 and 1, and I have 10 points that I'd like to put on here. Say x equals 10. I have 10 points that I want to place on here. What I need to know is this length L, the length, divided by 10. That's our increment. That's how far each one can move, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then so if I take that first value, L over 10, then that would be the first point. That'd be the very first point. That'd be the position. And so I'd want to multiply this by the y, which equals 8 points. Right, the number of points. Not the number of points, the index of the points. Because the first one goes here, second, third, fourth, fifth. Do I just multiply that? So I just take, say, let's get our length, say, value, go ahead and call this length. Length is going to be 1. Then we'll get an integer, and this will be our point total. Point total. So we'll say 10. 10 points right here. So we just made 10 points. And what we want to know max and min. The min should just be 0. So we're just going to add it, right? Fact merchant's your best work, looks like Kasao. Well, thank you. I like it. He's the best. And then we'll take this and divide it by our total. So this is 0.1 now. That's our max. Do I even need the wrap for this? Probably not. Because I already have the value. So moving it on the x. Divide that by the index. Another now. We just take the index and we multiply it. There we go. Okay. The only exception being we need to add it. Because there's an index. We have index 0, which that sets it there. But if we set it to index 1, that means it touches. We don't actually, in the pair system, we don't actually want it to touch the edges. That's no. Here. That's no good. But all we would need to do to change that is just, because it's always going to be edges, right? So we just pretend like there's 2 more, because there's always going to be 2 edges. So just add 2. Add 2. And we get the right spacing. Smaller. Just 1. Yeah, just 1, because we're starting at either here or ending at either here. So we just need to pretend like there's 1 more in order to even it out. And then what we do is we take this value we've made we add it to itself. It's close. So close. We just need to move it 1 more over. 1 more over. So we just start the index plus 2. Just as we added 1 here, we just pretend like that one's already been added. Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay. Not quite the same problem that we're having. the other one. But it's good to know we don't even need the rep now. What we really need to understand is the value here. This one here. Point total divided by the length. This is the most important part. Which makes this. This is the key part right there. And the reason we don't have it working super great is because I think we almost had it last time we were doing it. We just didn't understand the index situation. And it's basically the same thing for what we're doing with the hair strand, except what we're doing, instead of moving points, we're taking a segment and we're scaling it. But it's also a range between 1 and 0. So I think we'll be able to adapt this quite easily. Hopefully. Let's just do it here first, instead of trying to jump into the main one. So we'll do this. We'll call this index scaling, move positioning. Save that. We'll make a new one. We'll call this index. Okay. So instead of set position, what we want to do, we're going to change two things. First is we're going to make a mesh line. And we'll make the amount as before. And instead of setting position, we're going to scale elements. This. I will also set position. Based on index, just so we can see what's going on. The mesh ID. Our edge index. There's a way to get the index of an edge. But we'll just do island index. And this is part of the problem, though, just figuring out how to do this properly. Just made one big instance. Perfect. Not what we want. We have edges. How do I get the edge into? Geometry nodes. Edge index. Use a vertex. The edge index. I put it into position. It just wants to move the point. Smack the hooey out of this. What's going on? Ew. Still sucks. Oh yeah, 35. I should probably call it stream. Especially now that I'm just stuck suffering on this. I'm surprised the mesh island doesn't work. That should work. Kind of does, but maybe too well. No, it just collapses it. And right now we're making 10 of them. Oh, I don't understand. Oh, okay, no, I do. It's not multiple. Not actually. No, it is a bunch of edges. 16 edges. That doesn't mean it's a separate object, though. We have 16 edges in the same object. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So what we would need to do is set it back to 2. There's 2 vertexes, or whatever. And then we want to duplicate the elements this amount. Gotcha. Okay. Then I can move the points. This. Okay. Definitely moving them, but there's 0 edges. There we go. All right, what a huge pain. But now we can see things. And I can take my duplicate index and separate it so that, or actually combine it. We're just moving them on the X like this. All right. Now we put them all next to each other. So what we want to do now is focus on scaling. So before what we did is we got this ratio here, which is a segment. So if we have 10 duplicates, we should, but it doesn't look like we do. Oh, I see. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I get 10? So we have the ratio we'd want to scale. 10 of them. We know the length is 1 meter. So this value here is what we're going to scale it by. Perfect. Interesting that this is the one that's scaled the lowest. Doesn't particularly matter in this case. Now, this is what we can apply to object. I'm going to make one more mesh line. Join geometry, because I want to see. How tall is it compared to everything else? Because it should be a little bit taller, and it is. We can see this. Perfect. At 0. But we're not moving them. We're not moving them through the same way we were before, which we've So now it does scale completely to 0 here in the middle. So we don't even need to worry about these adds. Just need the amount, the length we're scaling it, the index, which I think will be the hard part of our system. Should be good to go. Okay, we're gonna call it here. I got more to do, but it's complicated, and I'm gonna take a break first. But thank you all for hanging out. It's been a wonderful day. I think we got a lot done on our avatar. Also, again, if you are interested in learning how to make avatars, I have signups. You can see them right there. Intro to VRCHAT avatar creation. Should have been pasted in the chat a little while ago. But if you are interested, definitely reach out, because we'll be starting in not this week, but next week. So look forward to it. Anyway, thank you all. Enjoy your day. Ray, Hanma, anyone else that's lurking out there, much love to all of you. Thank you all for hanging out. I definitely wish you a great rest of your Monday. Looking forward to seeing you the rest of the week. Bye, Kaiser. Thank you for coming by. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, y'all. Bye.